Welcome to Career Insights. The Career Insight series features local industry professionals engaged in conversation with students and recent graduates about career planning and job opportunities in Polk County, Florida.
I have been in manufacturing for over 35 years, so any day I get to talk about manufacturing, I consider it the best day ever. I started out in manufacturing. I worked for a small company, well, maybe not so small. We made video games, home video games back in the 80s. So for those of you high schoolers, yeah, we had video games way before you guys. So, and I worked my way up. One of the other, I'll call it a video game company. We made flight simulators. So we made actual aircraft simulators so that pilots could train on it. So that was about a $20 million video game. And I've been all over the manufacturing industry, and I am happy to see so many students that are on this meeting. I'm guessing that the reason you're here is because you're interested in manufacturing as well. One of the things in the manufacturing industry that we're very interested in is we want to get people to be interested and in love with manufacturing as we are, so that you can come over and work with us. So we're very interested in having you guys have a career path to manufacturing. So again, I appreciate it. One of the interesting things about manufacturing is a very diverse industry. And you're going to see that by the diverse panel that we've put together of people, of manufacturers. And not just a manufacturer, we also have somebody here from supply chain. Manufacturers could not do what they do if it wasn't for the supply chain folks. So we like to make sure that not only do we represent the manufacturers, but we also represent supply chain people as well. Again, we couldn't do what we do without them. So just to give you a quick rundown of what the agenda, I know you have the agenda, but I want to let you know who we have with us. We have Angie Ruff from Compass Blending. She will be our first manufacturing speaker. We have Matt Heleva, and I hope I pronounced that correctly. I apologize if I didn't. And James Collier from Packaging Corp of America. We have Chris Bolin from Saddle Creek Logistics. We have David Orcutt and Michael Negron from Duracast. And we have Larry Bull and Damian Marquez from Createch Machine and Design. From Polk County, from their manufacturing training program, we have Jamie Rowan. And from the supply chain program, we have Susan Watley and Carrie Shapiro. Once we've heard from all of the different panelists, we'll have a Q&A session on the back end so that you'll have time to ask any of our panelists questions about manufacturing, about what they do, and how you can set a path towards manufacturing as your career goal. We have Larry with Createch, and Larry's got, he's actually in his plant, so you're going to get to see it, live manufacturing going on.
Hi, good morning. I'm Larry Bull with Createch Machine and Design here in Lakeland. We're a small industrial machinery manufacturer. Our customers are other manufacturers who use our products to make their products either more efficiently or to make them at all. I'm going to do a plant tour. We'll see how this works. It's a little noisy out there, but not too bad. But I'm going to kind of do a little case study for you. First of all, this part, I'm going to show you the machine that we designed and built for this part. This is a tube. If you look in the end of it, it has threads in it. So our customer buys these tubes in 12-foot extruded aluminum tubing, and then they want them cut to varying lengths from 2.5 inches to 19 inches in length, and then to put the threads in each end of it so that it can be attached to another part. So I'm going to kind of walk you through our process. So this is our engineering manager, Marshall Hurley. And one of the things that Marshall and his team of engineers do is use SolidWorks. I know that some of you who are on the call are studying SolidWorks in your high school classes, but we use SolidWorks to design machines. This is a machine that you're going to get to see is just about built, but Marshall can probably rotate this a little bit for you so that you can see the, it's if you're not familiar with SolidWorks, it's a 3D modeling program. In this view, you can see it in a two dimension, but we're able to zoom in on it and look at it from many different dimensions. So this is the drawing board. I'm going to walk you out into the plant in a minute, and so you can see what this machine looks like when it's completed. We employ about 16 people here. We're in a shop with about 20,000 square foot. I hope you can still hear me. I am out in the shop now. And we do a number of things. Let me show you a little bit of a panoramic view of some of our equipment. So here's some of our grinding equipment. Now, a lot of this equipment looks very old, but in actuality, it's used every day. Over here on this side of the plant are a variety of different small pieces of equipment that, again, are used every day to cut metal, to drill metal, to grind metal, all so that we can make custom machinery. We also do some modern machinery, utilize modern machinery, CNC machines. We have lathes and we have mills. I'm going to introduce you to somebody now who is, this is Damian Marquez. And Damian is one of our young up-and-coming operators in all of the CNC equipment. He can talk to you a little bit about himself and how he got here and some of his training. So Damian, how long have you been here?
I've been here for about 7 years now.
Yes, so you're a pretty young guy. How old were you when you got started here?
I believe I was 18 and I was still in high school when I started here.
And so why did you decide to come to work here?
Well, really I had no plan on coming here, but my father convinced me to come out here and give it a try. And as of right now, to this day, I don't regret it at all. And it's been pretty great for me.
Tell us a little bit about what you do.
For what I do, I'm the operator of a CNC mill and also a CNC lathe.
You want to show them your machine?
Yeah. Let's see, let's flip this. So right here is our CNC mill.
You give them a zoom in on the part that you're working on.
All right. This is the part that I'm working on right here. Right here's our 3E cover, and I'm mounting it on right here on this chuck. So basically what it's doing, I have to come in and clean up all this area that you can see, and it's going to be fitted into another part, which is going to be our final product at the very end.
So tell us a little bit about your training for this job.
Training, I've had several training throughout the time I'm here with several other machinists, and I've also went to Polk College and I got my certification with the CNC milling through NIMS. And basically from other than that, it's just sharing other experiences with other machinists here and giving our ideas to help grow as a machinist.
So do you think a career in manufacturing is a good career?
Oh yeah, obviously. It's a great career. I mean, there's a high demand in manufacturing. And on top of that, it's really high pay too, which I know a lot of people like high paying jobs.
Anything else that you'd like to tell all the high school students out there about your experience?
I mean, if you guys want to give it a shot out here in manufacturing, I say go for it. It's a really great career to go with.
Great. Well, thank you, Damian. Yeah, we have CNC mills. These are all computerized equipment that requires a fair level of skill to program them. And we make a lot of different parts with these machines. These parts go into our machines that we started our story with showing you the part that we were making. I'm now going to go over to that machine and you can take a look at the final product, or almost final product. We're in the process of fine-tuning this machine. On the way, I'm going to show you another big machine that's under production. This happens to be a machine that we're probably a few weeks away from being able to ship this out. But you can see this machine is very large. I'm guessing this machine's about 12 foot tall,
and we use it to make wheel hubs. So if you can see this spindle, there's about 8 spindles on this. They'll come down and put holes in this area on a part that goes into wheel hubs for large trucks. So I'm going to walk over down to the machine that you saw the picture of and the part. This is the machine. It's a really long machine. It's about 23 foot long. It has an automated saw. So we take on the, I'm going to go down to the floor here for a second. There are these 12-foot bars that get fed into this part of the machine. They come through to the saw, and the saw cuts them to the length between 2.5 inches and 19 inches. They come along on a conveyor to this end of the machine, where they are kicked out into a hopper, a magazine. The magazine parts will roll down. I hope you're not getting dizzy from me moving around here, but the part will come down through this magazine into this wheel. This wheel will turn and go down to this area down here is a tapping head where we put the threads in, and then they exit out into a barrel at the bottom. So that's the machine. There's a lot of parts that are on this machine that we made ourselves. In our shop, there are some things that we buy, but many of the things that are on this machine we make in our own shop with our own machinists. We also have another part of our work is the electrical panel system. I'm going to need some help opening this up. So here's the electrical panel that goes along with it. So if you want to be a machinist, we've got opportunities there. If you are more interested in programmable logic controls and interested in the machine programming, this is the kind of work we also do. So I'm at the end of my tour. I'm going to turn this back around to me. I'll tell you a little bit more about myself as I walk back into the shop, back into the office area. I hope you guys could hear me pretty well.
We can.
I have an engineering degree from Purdue University. I got that a long time ago before I had a gray hair and gray beard. But I've been working in manufacturing my entire life. In fact, I ran a corrugated box plant for Packaging Corporation of America once upon a time in my career. I think there are many opportunities for careers in manufacturing, and I hope you will consider it as an opportunity for you to employ your talents, whether they be in engineering or if you'd like to come and be a machinist. They're all great jobs. I hope that was informative.
It was great, Larry. I really appreciate it. Thank you.